Hello family, I hope anyone who likes my videos to support me by subscribing to my channel. Please give me the energy to make more effort into videos. Thank you for your support family, and let's start our movie recap. In the year 2257, when our movie began, mankind colonized a planet similar to Earth. Appropriate name New World. Todd, a young man, is walking his dog when he appears to be speaking to him through his thoughts, which appear to be a multicolored cloud of smoke surrounding his head. She responds to the manifest by barking. He is returning to the neighborhood where he resides. The preacher approaches Todd while he is mounted on a horse. Todd tries to restrain his thoughts and the cacophony they are making around him. When he thinks about birds start to flutter around his brain. But he still can't stop the noise. Considering that almost nobody attends church today, one would wonder why the pastor is even present. He returns and confronts Todd after hearing Todd's noise. He advises him not to cover up his loudness because he is aware of it. He is an orphan acting as a woman on a regular basis. However, because all the ladies from the New World have disappeared, Todd has never seen a woman. In front of him, the preacher departs while reciting Bible passages, leaving the youngster and his dog behind on the same day. When Todd returns to his property, his stepfathers are there, tending to a field. Later, when they eat supper together, they discuss how his day was. He makes an effort to conceal the fact that he spoke to the mayor of their community, but his noise exposes him when the mayor compliments him on the skillful usage of his nose in an apparent mayor app. His stepfathers were not impressed by it earlier in the day. On the contrary, he is not, in their opinion, a welcome presence in their son's life. In the past, Todd is speaking to the mayor at a very young age. He hands the youngster a knife and tells him that in order to defend the people who are the only ones, he must learn to tame and control everything. Todd immediately discovers that the mayor actually means to murder when he says tame. It is made clear that a flashback is a form of noise. The mayor says that Todd was born into the cacophony, but he had to learn how to handle it since he wasn't. Todd's loudness may be heard in his step-parents' bedroom thanks to years of practice. A shuttle is sent down to the planet from a ship orbiting it because one of them is very upset about the power the mayor has over their kid. They are unaware of what is happening and have no interaction with the surface. The crew is talking about the first wave of colonists that came to the planet and settled there. Strange occurrences begin when the spacecraft hits the atmosphere. All of the guys on the shuttle's thoughts materialize all at once, exhibiting panic and perplexity. They aren't used to this, unlike the guys on the planet, and everything goes wrong with the shuttle as a result. Its discontentment with the planet turns into an uncontrolled descent. Todd's house is the site of the shuttle's crash. He is collaborating with his stepfather on He goes to their barn to retrieve something. He sees someone running away from it, so he begins after them, assuming they are thieves. The mysterious guy guides Todd to the spot where the shuttle crashed. When he discovers what it is, he considers whether the thief is a crash survivor. He notices graves all around the scene. Todd rushes to the settlement to inform the mayor, but because he struggles with self-control, he makes a lot of noise in the course of navigating the traffic to get there. Men from the settlement can only hear a noise. Follow him as he moves toward the mayor's office. I'm wondering what the fuss is about Todd. He takes the mayor and a few other people to the accident site after informing them of his discovery. He informs them about the potential survivor and the lack of noise when they arrive. Realizing what that implies, the mayor orders his soldiers to find her. Todd is shocked to learn this because he assumed it was a girl. He's gone. He's intrigued by her as his spots approach and wonders where she is among the shuttle debris. She, on the other hand, only appears perplexed by his ruckus because it is the first time he has ever seen a girl. Once more losing control of his voice, he announces to everyone that he has located her. The mayor soon captures the girl with the force of his own roar, projecting a circular fence around her as she flees through a gap in the trees. She doesn't understand at that point that the barrier is a false one. Captured girl finds that the noise is something that only males have during a talk she has with the mayor apprentice back at the community. He also informs her what had happened to all the women from their colony, explaining that the planet's native race, the Specks, had killed them all long ago during a conflict with humans. She admits that a ship will be coming to get her. She sidesteps the mayor's query on where it will fall. Unlike the authority the mayor possesses over the settlement's men, he is powerless over. He abandons her to be alone with his idiot son, who immediately starts digging through his suitcase and pulling out an odd object. It turns out to be a weapon, which he unintentionally ignites, nearly killing them both. She exploits that as a diversion and leaves the community once more, sneaking underneath the preacher's home. The girl overhears the mayor and the preacher discussing their plans to ambush the girl's ship. The mayor wants to assume control of the ship when it docks. She is an angel, according to the preacher. When Todd returns home, he discovers the girl hiding in the barn. He is once again aware of her fear. He then makes the decision to support her and keep her present. Todd even attempts to keep it a secret from his stepdads, but they catch on. They choose to communicate with him about how he can defend her through him, even without his loudness. She won't end up in the mayor's hands this way. Then one of his stepfathers tells her that he must take her to another colony on the planet for her since there is another one. Before Todd and the girl can depart for the neighboring community known as Far Branch, a mayor apprentice finds her at the farmhouse. She and Todd were able to flee, but after the mayor's son murders one of Todd's stepfathers, the mayor manipulates Ben into helping capture Todd in an effort to save him. The girl, whose name is revealed to be Viola, Todd, and the guy all set off towards the Far Branch without any idea of what they would discover. The two of them begin to interact and discover new things about one another. She claims that neither she nor the soil has ever been touched by rain. On board the colonization ship, Viola was born. Both of her parents were born and passed away there. Todd admits to having lost his mother as well. They were both orphaned when he was a little child. Todd rapidly develops a crush on Viola and uses his loudness to broadcast his dreams about her. Naturally, she despises it when they travel to the distant branch. They witness Todd fighting a local speckle and wanting to kill it. Believing one of the speckles killed his, he is begged by Viola not to kill it. They also notice that the monster appears to be equally frightened of them as they are of it. Viola and Todd are greeted with a great deal of animosity and rage when they arrive at the colony. People want to hang him once they learn that he is from P-Town. Thankfully, the mayor of Far Branch prevents it from happening. Todd rapidly discovers that the information he had previously believed about the New World was false. The most significant revelation he makes is that not all of the ladies are. In fact, he discovers the horrifying truth about his own settlement, namely, that it was the men, not the local speckle, who murdered all the women. The fact that the women could hear every thought the men had and couldn't hear their own bothered the males. His mother passed away in the same manner. Unlike his own pre-down-flung branches, the town had a woman serving as its mayor, was made up of both men and women, and had young children of both genders and ages roaming about. She provides housing for the pair and guards them against both of her family members. The males from the app, too. Viola is disappointed to discover that there is no contemporary technology present, and that she is unable to make touch with her ship from the location. While they are staying at the Far Branch village, the Far Branch mayor informs her that there is another location where she may locate a transmitter to convey her message. Todd and Viola become closer as she reads to him from his mother's journal. His hatred towards the mayor's apprentice intensifies as he hears his mother describe the events in P-Town before the killing of the ladies. There is no mention of the speckle. While everything is happening, the mayor's apprentice and his men are approaching the distant branch. Regarding what they ought to do with the girl, he and the pastor don't seem to agree. The preacher just wants to murder her when they locate her in the name of his God, but the apprentice needs her to provide him with the information he needs, so that he might ambush the ship and Commander Ben. Todd's stepfather assists Todd and Viola in creating a distraction as they reach the settlement in Corner. He uses his loudness to project a duplicate of Viola, and he succeeds in fooling the mayor for just long enough that they can both get away. However, this time, the apprentice and his men are pursuing them much more closely. Once more, the preacher is the first to catch up to them. Although he is unsuccessful in killing either Todd or Viola, he manages to seize Manchai and brutally murder him as a warning. The spacecraft that carried the first wave of colonists to the New World is found in pieces by Viola and Todd. She is aware that the spacecraft has a transmitter, but they discover that the antenna is damaged. They parted ways. While she waits for it to arrive, Todd leaves to mend the antenna. While that is happening, the preacher and apprentice also focus closely on the wreck. The preacher confronts Viola and assaults her. As they struggle, the preacher's noises reveal that he has lost his mind due to his own mistaken religious belief, as well as sexism and annoyance. Todd fights the mayor's apprentice and attempts to murder him with the knife that he was given, but Viola manages to kill him in self-defense with one of her sophisticated gadgets. Instead, he ultimately defeats the after a hard struggle in which he sustains a terrible wound by using the strength of his nose. Using the mayor's method to quiet the crowd, he surrounds himself with a group of ladies. They are P-Town's female residents. Among the victims of his carnage was Todd's mother. He throws the mayor's apprentice off. Viola then pushes him off the shipwreck side amid the pandemonium. Viola's ship, the Guys from Pone, is the final object to arrive in the sky before Todd collapses from his wounded. Todd wakes up inside the spacecraft, puzzled and disoriented, and Todd and Viola see it too. They turn around without pursuing them. Is someone waiting for him to come to Viola? His commotion conveys how delighted he is to see her. He learns that she will stay on the planet with him and that she is truly a member of the second wave of immigrants. This is how our movie ends. Leave us a comment on how you found this movie recap. See you in the following movie recap.